So yeah, that's the base body. So you see it's got some metal in it. And here now I'm making the mouth. So I grabbed the little end and he's gonna have like a very like haha expression. So now these are the little eye sockets. Kind of looks like an alien right there. Yeah, and I use this little kind of like pen end thing to kind of just hole out a socket. And then it needs to be bigger. That looks kind of scary. Kind of looks like a bowling ball with the three little holes. And that's pretty much the upper body. Those big long kind of hands, the wire are going to become the middle finger. And then I did the same thing. I added more wire and I did the legs, but I wrapped around with some tape. And then I constructed a base for it so that it could stand. And I kind of like made the feet glued to the base, but you can't see it. So because I added the shoe texture over it. And then I added kind of like the pants and to cover up everything. That little ball right there in the middle, that's the little gut. Because Rick as a character, he kind of drinks a lot, and then but he's skinny, but he has a beer gut. And this is the belt. So I rolled out some clay and I cut it out, and then that's gonna be the belt. So that goes around the top of the pants and the bottom of the belly. And bam, that's kind of how it's gonna look. It still needs the little belt buckle, and here it is. Bam, belt buckle, little zipper, little pants, and we're good. This is going to be the lab coat that he wears. And then so I'm just kind of measuring it, and then I kind of wrapped it around it, and then I start blending the lab coat into his skin. This is the hands, how I measure. The middle one is going to be the middle finger because it needs something to adhere to as like kind of the base. And this is kind of like the final form of it once the lab coat is kind of blended into the sculpt of it. And one finger, the right finger, is done, and then the other one needs to be kind of sculpted. And bam, boom, both done. But it still needs the little kind of flappy things, like that make things look kind of like a suit. So I kind of measure that and I cut it. And there's two little triangles. It kind of looks like a thunderbolt sign. And then so I kind of made sure they're both kind of similar, and then I cut them. And this is more or less kind of like the body sculpt. It's pretty simple. It's pretty not that complicated. And we look around, there's Mando in the background, some horse, and it's looking good. Now this is gonna be the inside of the mouth, so it's gonna be like the tongue and the gums, and so I just put that in there, and then I kind of mushed it up so it looks like gum, and I painted that red first, and that little white thing in the middle, that's gonna be the tongue. So the gums around there's gonna be red, and the tongue is gonna be pink. These are gonna be teeth. So I kind of grabbed them and then I pressed them down and little balls, and there we go. That looks also scary and terrifying. And then but he's not a healthy guy, so he definitely has tartar sauce on his teeth. So they're yellow, he does all sorts of intergalactic drugs. So these are going to be the lips. And he kind of looks like a scary clown. Actually, in Mexico, we have these lollipops called clown lollipops, payaso, which is clown in Spanish, and he looks a lot like this. And then I kind of did the fat the folds, the eye folds on the bottom. And these are the ears, and you poke the little hole, and bam, and there we go. And then we kind of rounded up the head, and we're kind of just doing the base of it. And this is the big unibrow he has. He's kind of Frida Kahlo-esque in that sense. And here I'm measuring how much mass I'm gonna need for the hair, because he has that Super Saiyan Sculpey, kind of like pointy hair. And then I start adding like each point little by little, kind of like a crown. And then I kind of beef him up a little bit. I kind of add a little more weight, and there we go. I kind of keep just doing like a circle. So one big point, and then an inner point, and around and around. And then I put two little dots to see how that looks. I use my little brush, and that's kind of the end. Those little spots, that's black paint that I got on his butt, but we'll cover that up. And yeah, F you, buddy. Yeah. And here we go. That's kind of more or less like the sculpt. Like it's fairly simple. And this the paint job. Ooh. Yeah, I added a little bit of the drool. I used some of the green I had on the floor, and he has this teal aqua shirt under it, and he has like a white kind of lab coat, and his hair's all gray, and his skin. I like it. The paint is kind of like low quality, so it's kind of blotchy and kind of heavy, and it kind of looks liquidy. But I like that. I liked how he kind of looks all just there's some disturbing kind of distorted aspect of him, and I kind of really like that, and that's kind of more or less it. And then I kind of made the little bald spot at the back, and then yeah, this he's got brown pants, dark shoes, and f you buddy, f you. Yeah, he's giving everybody the finger, because he's very tormented, nihilistic, and he just lashes out. But he just wants to be hugged, or some chicken nugget sauce, spicy Mulan chicken nugget. Yeah.